Good morning, fans of the Marketing Clerics. Today I'm going to be talking about event code snippets and schema for Google Search. So did you know that Google Search has a public events calendar, and it is driven by the code that's on your website. This is great for discovering events around you, especially when it comes to like game stores who are holding gaming events, Warhammer leagues, or Magic draft nights, or that kind of stuff. And so, if I just demonstrate this by searching for concerts in Minneapolis, we'll see events. This is our events calendar, and so this is sourced from across the web. It's not a personalized result, and so it basically shows up if you're searching in the right type of event. And so from here, you can actually see and click into each of the events. You can buy tickets from the website and that kind of stuff. And so having this for your store it is great. And so how do we set this up? Well, if I scroll down here, you can see adding structured data. Here's some examples of code: online events, mixed online, offline events, events with an updated status, that kind of stuff. But the good news is it's not that complicated if you have a WordPress website and you're using the Rank Math plugin. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate here today. So we have the Rank Math plugin already installed. Marketing Clerics, we are agency business partners with Rank Math. And so if you are a customer of ours, you will always get the Rank Math plugin with your WordPress website. So we are going to look for our events plugin now, because natively WordPress doesn't have really an events post type to be able to add all the schema that you need for Google Search events to show up. So we're going to install this, activate it, and then we're going to go through here and we're going to configure our, kind of follow the process here. So we'll configure our settings first in this plugin. So this is so our events page is going to default to events as the slug. We can change that to something else if we wanted to. We want to cache the month view. That's right. So that'll store that month view. So if you've got a lot of calendar appointments in a month, it'll save that so it loads extra fast for individuals when they're browsing your calendar. If we go into display, we can see certain settings. So with the free version of the events calendar, there's limited styling that we can do and limited views that we can have. But we can get you hooked up with the pro version, which allows you to have week views, photos. You can even have a map view if you've got multiple stores. We can do that, and then we can actually show specific categories of events on your page. And so currency, so we can sell tickets to the events. So if we wanted to create an event for a draft night, but we wanted to collect up front, we can sell pre-sale tickets right through the website. Google Maps, so that'll show up there if we wanted it to, and so on and so forth. So if we pop into filters, this is a pro feature. So if we wanted to have basically a calendar view, month calendar view, we can have filtered of different types of events like Magic events, Warhammer events, that kind of D&D events and whatnot. You can actually filter it with that. So that's kind of the basics around this. So when we go into event categories, so I can go and I can create, so let me just create an MTG event. Let me add a Warhammer event. Let me add a D&D event. And so those are event categories. And then I can actually include tags as well. So if I wanted to tag a specific type of event, so like maybe we're doing an outlaw night, and so I can do MTG outlaw, and that'll show up as an option as well. So our events show up on the back end here. This is where we can add them. So we can hit add new event. And so let's do an MTG outlaw draft night. I don't know if that's really a thing. Brian's kind of the super nerd. I know a little bit enough to be dangerous. So I am putting in this in here. So that's the title. We can put in a brief description of the event. So a little description there, and then we can set our date. So let's say we're doing it next Friday, 6 p.m. to 7:30. We gotta change our time zone here. So where we're in Central. So UTC -6. Venue name, so this is going to be the name of your game store, and I think we were the Wizard Club from previous videos. And our address, United States, we're in Illinois, and then zip code, I'm not sure what that is for Chicago, to be honest. Phone numbers, this is the phone number for the event. Website, so this if you have a separate website for the event or a shop, you can do that. Map, if you wanted to show a map to that event, you can do that. This is and then we can add in a custom phone number here. Email. You can also add secondary organizers. So this organizers is actually nice. So you can include individuals. So like say you're hosting a D&D event and you want to put your DM as the organizer. And they're kind of in control of the schedule when it's happening, and you can put that information or their information in here. If you have another person, you can add a second person in there as well, and they will show up on the event. So the event website, we can leave that blank. Event costs. So let's say we are doing a $10. I'm not even sure if that's a good deal or not, but it's a $10 event. And then we go into here's kind of the rank math stuff. So once that's all put in here, we can actually tag the event category, and then we can add the event tag, outlaw, and then we wanted to feature it. We can feature an upcoming event. We can make it sticky in a monthly view, which means it'll kind of always show up there. We can hide it from event listing. So if it's a private event, we can hide it there, but we can copy the link and send it to only the people we want to attend. So I'm going to set the event to scheduled. If you down the road, if you scheduled it and all of a sudden you got to cancel it or postpone it, you can change that here. And then it'll notify anybody that bought pre-sale tickets. So we can set featured image as well for the event if we wanted to. So I'm going to hit publish. And that's going to show up if I click on this link here. So here is that event. So I didn't have a picture, but here's the event title, the event date, amount, date, time, and cost. There's the description. You even have the ability to add it to your calendar, Google Calendar, iCal, 365, or even Microsoft like Outlook Live. So, and then here are the specific details. Here's the organizer, here's the venue, and here's a map of the event. Surprise, 1234 Main Street is actually an address. That's fantastic. Event categories, and so I can actually like click on this category in the future, and I can actually show all upcoming MTG events. So it's kind of neat feature of that plugin. So, all right, I don't have the event tickets plugin installed. We can go through that later. So now that we have the event, how do we tell Google that the event is taking place? So that's what this is here. So Rank Math, when you installed the events plugin, Rank Math detected it as a new post type. So we're going to go to the title and metas page. We're going to see post type as events. So here's our events schema. So we can keep it title, page, site name, that's fine. Oftentimes you're going to want to remove the site name, which is actually a new SEO thing to keep each page unique. Excerpt, that's the meta description from the page. Again, let's take out the site name. And then if we wanted to put a description for the archives page, we could. So this is like all the events page. So we can say, don't miss out on any of our key events. Call for questions. And then, okay, and then here's our schema type. So schema is that rich snippet. So that's what this stuff is down here, this schema. And so we changed this to event. I didn't mean to zoom in there. Thank you, Mac. And then here's a headline, SEO title, SEO description is the description. We do want to auto detect video, so there's the video in there. Do we want to auto generate an image for the detected video? Most often, yes, but if we're not detecting a video, if we don't have a video, we don't have to turn that on. We can leave that unchecked, that's fine. Link suggestions, yes. So this is, once we have this set up, then we hit Save Changes. And then the next thing we're going to look at is sitemap. So if we go over to the left here, we go to sitemap, and we go to events. Let's just make sure this is included in sitemap. Oops. Included in HTML sitemap, so that is correct. So now I can, so this is kind of the example of the code as an example. So you have the images, you have the description, the offer price, the organizer, performer, that kind of stuff, location. So I can go in here, and let me just refresh this page. Let me go into the MTV draft night, and I'm going to view page source. And I'm going to look for, let's see, schema. Let me look for that. So I'll just do a find. Yep, so here is our schema. It is minified, so it's going to be straight line. So we have our event name, which is here. We have our description. We have the URL. We have the event attendance mode, offline mode. So it's basically saying we are only accepting in person. Event status is scheduled, start date, end date. Our location, here's the location with the address, street address, and phone number, etc. We have organizer, here's the person that's organizing it, phone number, email, etc. Here's our price. So offer is price $10, currency is USD. And we keep going. We got category. So the category of event is going to be in there, so that will show up there. performer. These are just blank event blank stuff because performer isn't filled in. So yeah. So that is how we put in the schema code for events on your WordPress website. And so now, if once Google crawls this site, it's not going to crawl this site because we have robots telling it not to. It's a sandbox. But once Google would crawl the site, if you have this on your website, it will actually show up on the events calendar for if people search like an MTG night or any of your other tags. So if they search MTG Outlaw and they're within, I think it's within like 30-mile radius, it'll show up under the events calendar in Google search. So just a really powerful feature to get you to have more external discovery and exposure without having to rely on all of your current customers to refer you and bring friends and all that kind of stuff, because we all know how well that works sometimes. So hopefully this video has been helpful. Leave any feedback in the comments below, and we will get geared up for the next video, which is probably going to be, I'd say maybe a deep dive into the Elementor styling settings within websites. So stay tuned for that coming Monday. Thanks.